Hey everyone! Welcome back to the fourth episode of Rookie Herschel. We are on the fourth race of the 2018 Blancpain GT Series Championship on ACC. We are racing on Silverstone today. I don't think Silverstone needs any introduction. It's a great historical track, and I think it used to be an Air Force station before. It's got loads of straights with the iconic high-speed turns like Maggots and Beckett's. As for our championship, we are leading by 13 points, but we have to try to extend more. And before we get started, a big thank you to TELUS STORYHIVE for this opportunity and a short message from our sponsor. This series is sponsored by Rosso Sim Racing. RSR is my go-to sim wheel providers in today's market. I'm a fan of their GT sim wheels, and I currently own 2 GT wheels with the third one on its way. Scan the QR code if you want to check out more info about RSR and mention Rookie Herschel to see what they can offer you. Keeping the trend, we are going to set the track conditions and weather random. I think we will get a dry race weekend, but England is known for the random rain, so I don't know. We'll keep with the 5-min quali and 30-mins race with one mandatory pit window pit stop. No fuel, but only tire change is required. And we go straight onto the second quali lap. We did a 2:04.5 lap for the first run, but from what I've been seeing with other sim racers, it takes 3 to 4 laps at least to get the tires warm. Unluckily, we only get 2 proper runs, but luckily it's the same for everyone else on the track. The focus of the lap was to try and improve as much, and we were able to go up by 2/10 until the last few turns, and I lost all of the advantage. Not the best quali run, but that's alright. Race is where I will make the most positions for sure. And that's the end of the quali sessions. We finished in P11. Our championship rival is in P5, so we have a few places to make up.
Green light, go, go, go.
Going straight into the race, I wanted to push hard on the first lap, but I knew it would only cause problems later on, so I backed off on turn 1. We were somehow able to push to P10 through, so I knew I had more pace than the others. Now we were behind a big group of cars with our championship rivals not so far away from us. The goal was to obviously get past these cars as the weather started to look a bit worrisome. The first car to overtake was number 333. They were in a different class, so I didn't expect them to be a big issue. But getting the right exit here is kind of hard. The slow turns are super slow and the fast turns are really fast, so maximizing the exit was important. By the next lap, it started raining and the track was getting slippery very quickly. We went from a fast track to greasy, and the tires were getting super cold as well. Getting traction out of these tires was getting harder by every turn. By the next lap, the fight for P7 was so hectic. We were all fighting so hard for it and it was so enjoyable, but the car was losing grip so quickly that I had to make sure to pit by the end of this lap and get some wins on.
Clear on the left. Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Before we entered the pits, I was able to overtake car number 72 on the back straight for a moment, but we lost it at the end. It was super tricky, the puddles were making it kinda hard to stay off the racing line. And straight into the pits for the wet tires, and I made a mistake. I turned off the pit limiter accidentally, and that was a huge mistake.
Go.
Right, you're given a
When I
drive-through
left the
penalty for
pits, I
speeding
got
in
a
the pit
drive-through
lane.
penalty for speeding in the pits, which meant I would most likely come out last. Only the start of bad luck on this track. At least we had wet tires on. So we came straight back into the pits to serve our penalty, and I made sure that I turned on the pit limiter properly this time around. I just didn't know where I would come out. Most likely 18th or 19th?
Pit window is opening.
Go.
Penalty is now cleared.
Now straight off to fighting car number 30 in P16. We had to try to get as much time as possible to get some
Clear on the
positions
right.
back. But then the car just hits me
Car
from
on
the
the
back
right.
and hits me
Clear on the
again
right.
on the front. Very, very frustrating, but I had to keep my cool. The race was far from over.
There's a slow car up ahead.
I decided to pit at the end of the lap. The sun was shining again, so I knew the track was drying off very quickly. I decided to go on to the dry sets, but I knew it will take some time for them to come to temperature. A risk, but I hope it'll be worth it.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
Even the game
Go.
was giving me the warning that the track was still wet and wet tires were recommended, but I had to pull something off to get back to the competition. The tires were super cold, and instead of the car being slippery, it was just super understeer. I would have to push it super hard on the turns to get the car to actually turn.
The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
The pit window was finally closing, and now was the time to see where we actually stood in the race. The track was also getting dry super quickly. It already went from being damp to greasy in a few laps, so I knew going to the dry sets of tires was the right choice. By the end of Maggots and Beckett's, I noticed I was running P4, which is awesome. But then on the same lap, you could see that the tires were still kind of getting to the temperature. The car won't turn right away, and well, it took just some time to get used to. On to the last 2 minutes in the race. Car number 991 was right in front of us. I knew I had the pace looking at the lap times. It was just a matter of getting it right and making it stick.
Alright man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
By the end of the lap, the leader was on the last lap as well, so this was all I was really going to get from this race. Still, P3 sounds fantastic for E18. I was pushing so hard at the end of the lap. P2 was just right in front, but still too
The
far.
leader has finished the race.
That's alright though. We worked super hard for this podium, and it feels so good.
P3, we're on the podium. Excellent job, mate. Well managed all the way through.
Congratulations to car number 911 on the win. They got everything right today for sure. Overall, we finished in P3. Our championship rivals finished in P8 with the fastest lap and P10. Not a bad day after all. We are running in P1 in the championship with a good 25 points gap. But I think that's where my luck ends. The next few races are my weak points, so we really have to get a grip on these races now. For the next episode, we will be racing on the infamous, confusing Paul Ricard. I hope you liked this episode, and I really hope to see you on the next one too.